because she has a train to catch. She'll be presenting on harmonizing jurisprudence, a quest for ethical legal practice through the integration of Indic civilizational values into legal education. Ma'am, you have 8 minutes and request you to stick to 8 minutes, please.
A very good afternoon to all and students. I, Siddhi Singh, Assistant Professor at KPM Sol, Narsi Monji Institute of Management Studies, Mumbai, is greatly and humbly thankful for this organization of this Centennial National Conference and giving me this opportunity to present my paper here. So as ma'am has already disclosed my title, so it is about the influence of and the ideals of Indic civilization into the legal education. So starting with this Sanskrit shlok, dharma eva hato hanti dharmo rakshate rakshitah, tas ma dharmo na hantavya mano dharma hato vadhit, which basically means that dharma protects those who protects it. Now, the oldest republic of the world, that is Lichavi of ancient India, is also one of the democratic setup which we can find in the ancient history. Not only that, the term Bharat, which is used under Article 1 of the Indian Constitution, if we trace back the history, we can find it in the Vishnu Puran. The story says like this, that the king Bharat, who was the son of King Dushyant and Shakuntala, he basically took over the concept of democracy for the very first time, and he did not give his throne to his legal heir, but the person who had the ability to take over the democratic setup. Not only that, when we talk about the modern legal education, the colonial residues have taken over it. Like we have Indian Penal Code, we have Indian Contract Act, but the present study delves into the incorporation of ideals of the Indic civilization. There are a number of articles published by UNESCO and other important organizations which talks about the full development of human personality by imbibing the principles of Indic civilization. Now, as we discuss about the rule of law given by Professor A.V. Dicey, Albert Venn Dicey, he talked about supremacy of law, equality before law, and predominance of legal spirit. But we can find this even in our ancient Indian history. In the Stone Age, where there was a concept of Matsya, big fish eating the small fish, and then traveling to proto-history, where we can see Indus Valley civilization, Sindhu Ghati Sabhyata, where the essence of theology and priestly law was followed. So rule of law was still there. Then started the Vedic period, Rig Ved, where we have 4 different kinds of Vedic literature, starting from Samhita, Brahmanas, Aryanka, and Upanishad, talking about forest laws, commentaries, digests, and the basis and genesis of the present law which we follow. The 2 important Upanishads, which is Mundak Upanishad and the Kado Upanishad, first mentions about unity in diversity, what we have imbibed in our Indian constitution as well. Now moving towards the axial age, where Buddhism, Jainism, and Charvak gave their important ideals and philosophies. One phrase which I would like to quote, which was given by Charvak, Yavat jivet sukham jivet, ridam kitva ghritam pived, bhasmi bhutasya dehasya, punara gamanam kutah, which basically means, jab tak jiyo sukh se jiyo, udhar lo ghee piyo, bhasm ho jane wala hai yeh de, punah janam kisne dekha hai. So these were the ideas which were followed. Then when we talk about the Vedic period, starting from the influence of dharma, the influence of dharma is so huge on us that it is difficult to define dharma in one sentence, but we can say that it is a set of regulation and the outlines, the guidelines we follow in our day-to-day life, on our day-to-day basis. So apart from the Vedas and Upanishads, the idea of dharma is associated with the religious rules which was recognized and inspired in our today's time as well. So during the inaugural ceremony also, as Professor Anup Kumar had mentioned about the difference between religion and dharma, the similar thing which we follow in our legal practice as well. The scenario that follows in the Raj Dharma Prakaran of the Shanti Parva mentions this phrase about ethics and justice. It says that nobody who speaks about righteousness can make a false statement. So dharma was established to promote the development of all living things. Dharma is therefore something which promotes development and progress. And the responsibilities of the ashram life is also depicted in the epics like Mahabharata. Now, when I talk about the studentship role, we can see this, the three students, of the renowned instructor, Dhaumya, Upamanyu and Aruni. They have performed really well and they have given the examples of how the Guru Shishya Parampara follows. Another well-known educational institution was the Kanva Hermitage. So it resembled the Woodland University, where there were lots of interdisciplinary practices going on together, like physics, philology, phonetics, meter, art, Brahmopasana. All these practices were happening at the same time. So in the Manusmriti, when we talk about the Vedic literature, it says that king is also bound by the law. King has to obey the law. This is where the supremacy of law follows. So the defense of dharma was that the king's main responsibility is to protect the dharma first. Now, beginning with Ashoka, the monarchs used the title Dharmaraj, which was derived from Yama, the death god. So that title was given to the officers there during the time of Ashoka. The term Anushashan, which is referred in the 6 Vedangas which we have, Shiksha, Jyotish, Vyakaran, Nirukta, Chandas and Kalpa. All these 6 Vedangas talks about Anushashan, which one should have.
Ma'am, you may like to conclude it. You have only
Yes,
2 or 3
I'll just conclude it with the last thing which I want to discuss about the great Chinese philosopher and traveler Huan-Sang. When he came to India, even he acknowledged the Vedic literature, the Brahmanas, the notable features of the Buddhist texts and the literary work. Even he emphasized that the nation's intellectual life under the Brahmanical system was way too good and the studentship role was commendable in India. With this, I would like to conclude my paper here. I would just like to quote the Vyakaran system, the Varnmala system given by Panini. Such a great initiative which was taken by him, that the entire Varnmala has to be recited in 7 seconds. It goes like this: Ayod, Reel, Rik, Ayod, Ayoch, Hayaravat, Lat, Namad, Dhanam, Jaban, Gad, Dhash, Jab, Gad, Dash, Kaf, Chadtav, Tav, Kape, Shashsar, Hal. So this is how you create your pronunciation better. So this is also required in our legal education also. When we are pronouncing the legal words, the legal maxims, it is important to have a good flow. Thank you so much and thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you
I'm
so
really
much,
humbled.
ma'am. Loved your last